Hello everyone and welcome back to WAW Bandai product and figure review, and today we actually have a pretty cool thing. It is not actually a model this time, it is one of the action figures from the Gundam universe lines, and it is actually one of the latest ones to be released. I managed to find this at my Hobbytown USA before even Amazon has it available, because this apparently doesn't come out until August 30th, but Hobbytown USA did a fantastic job getting a couple of these early. So let's take a look at the one what I am referring to, and it is from the latest Gundam series, the Witch from Mercury Gundam Aerial. So yeah, so apparently the official number is XVX-016, and this is number 27 in the line. And so again, this is not a model, so this is an actual action figure. So let's kind of take a look. We have the cool art depiction here of the aerial, and we can actually see our transparency here where we can actually see the aerial and various of its weapons and stuff. So let's take a look at the back of the box. Yeah, it looks actually pretty nice. Let me zoom out a little bit for you guys. There we go. And yeah, so we see very cool articulations. We have a little corner here that shows something opposability. But yeah, so we're going to be opening this up and seeing how actually cool this is, and the orientation of flexibility and everything like that. So without further ado, let's roll opening and take a look at Gundam Universe's Aerial. Alright, now we can actually see a much better view of the box with its art and everything like that. We can see that the aerial is fairly visible. It doesn't look like there's a lot of panel lining, and it looks like its activation is not turned on this particular one. That would be actually pretty cool if they gave us the option of having it turn on and off for the Whisper system. But yeah, overall the box is looking really nice blue color scheme with it. Now we can actually see better for the back of the box, where we can see a lot more articulation and various other things. Cool posability. And again, these has English translations for a lot of the stuff, and this is a series, so there are other ones that are like right here, which we have some of these names I always have a hard time trying to pronounce, but the main one that I want to get is the Barbatos Lupus Rex. I still need to get the Barbatos itself, so I'm hoping that it's still a very common one that I can still find. Still struggling with trying to find the Wing Zero. Apparently that one's very popular. So yeah, let's take a look on the actual inside of this box. So this is actually kind of a cool thing. It shows when you actually open it up, it gives you the full dynamic art depiction. So you could almost save this alone and just kind of have a cool thing. So this is a pretty cool feature here. So now let's slide this open. It gives us a cool little blue background that it comes with in the box. So yeah, nice little background. So starting off, it gives us a basic instruction on how like what comes with it and various things. The only downside is I have a feeling that the shield is going to be a solid piece. So this is already looking really nice as it. So looks like we have the shield. And my assumptions were correct. It is one solid piece for the shield. So if you ever want to get the aerial for the 1/100 or 1/44 scale, because this is 1/44 scale, by the way, you could do the effects with this action figure. So let's take a look at the shield. So it's pre-painted, fairly well detailed. You don't see a lot of panel lining, so you could actually go and panel line all this to add more detail to this. So yeah, this is looking already pretty nice just as a shield, and it looks like it has a little ball bearing here, so it gives you a little bit of flexibility with it being in the being semi-posable for at least in its shield variant. Next, we have the blaster itself, and this is the part where it would have been pretty cool to actually have it where this could come apart to attach to the blaster itself, but it looks like you can't do that with this one. But I bet if you I bet you could probably put the blaster pieces on here. Or what you could do is take both of these and just kind of do a kit bash where you have the shield and then you have the main blaster and all the armor pieces. And so yeah, technically you could use these on the 1/44 scale kit, and you would have a fairly decent shield and the cool blaster all at the same time. You just can't separate the two, so that would be kind of cool to do. So without further ado, let us actually take a look at the figure itself. So let's pop out the aerial. And as we can see, it is 1/44 scale. So yeah, the head is articulated. So it can move front and back. And obviously it can rotate 360. I noticed that the blaster for the guns are not painted, so you might want to do a touch up with that. Various other things would be like the shoulder armor. It doesn't have the light up effects. So for the beam sabers that are on the back, they do pop off, but they don't give us a beam saber, so I would highly recommend being careful with those because they're more gimmicky than anything else. So coming back to the front, we have fairly good detail for the armor. For the arms, doesn't look like the shoulder bends too far. So, but the arm itself, like the shoulder armor, doesn't move that much, but the arm actually does have fairly good articulation going back and forth, and I believe it can rotate slightly. It is a little stiff, but that's kind of good because if you want to hold a position or have it hold something heavy, being a little bit stiffer is good. The elbow actually has fairly good articulation, so you can move it fairly well in any direction, and it's vice versa on here. So when you're first getting these, I recommend just kind of loosening up the joints by just slightly moving them. The fists or the hands, they're just on a little ball bearing, so they just kind of rotate here, and you can switch these out to hold weapons. For the waist, well, let's start with that. The waist can twist 360. So yeah, it has very good bending forward and back. It's very limited. It doesn't go very forward very much. Then we have the armor here for the front. They are on another ball point, so they can move forward and back, forward and back. And then we have the leg, which actually It does not bend as far as I want. So, as you can see, it does not bend very far. It's due to the limiting factor here where it doesn't give you that good of a bend. So, yeah. Same goes with from what I've noticed with the heel. It doesn't allow you to bend very far. It does give a little bit of flexibility with going with left and right a little bit, but it doesn't give that much flexibility. Again, these are kind of more of a toy kind of thing. Oop. And this is where you have to be careful when messing with the joints. They are ball bearing joints, so they can easily pop off. But yeah, overall, the detail on this is fairly good for how much I actually paid for this. So yeah, that is the aerial. And let's see how we can put on the weapons. So there are 2 spots on here that allows you to have the shield just kind of pop on. So you just snap it in there, and then we can interchange one of the hands to hold the blaster, and these just kind of slide into place. I don't think that one fits that one, so let's do this one here. And so that holds the blaster there. So let's actually kind of switch these out real quick, because I would like to have the blaster on this hand, and then we'll just pop the shield back onto this one. And there we go. And I just put the aerial's hand back there. Put that there, and there we go. So we have the aerial in its fully assembled at this point, with its shield and blaster. So overall, this is actually a fairly good action figure for the Gundam Universe line. Again, this is the latest one in the series. So yeah, if you're a big aerial fan, I would highly recommend getting this. You have a lot of ability to, you know, play with literally play with this and do various other detail work and stuff like that, or experiment on certain things, or even kit bash these with other model kits that belong to the Witch from Mercury series. Especially if you are getting a few more of the aerials, you can do a various combination of adding the weapons and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode as we looked at the aerial from Witch from Mercury. Again, I love doing these kinds of videos, and since this was the latest one, I thought it would be pretty cool to do a video on these. So I'm still trying to get the whole collection. There are still several that I am missing. This is the very latest in the line, so there is no other ones that are coming out just yet. This one just happened to be probably a pre-release for the latest one, because there's still the Lupus Rex, like I mentioned, and 2 other ones that will be coming out sometime in September. But overall, this actually looks pretty nifty. So again, if you like this type of content, please leave a like and subscribe for other videos. I have plenty more of these that we can go over, and I still have a whole bunch of anime figurines that I could also do. And if you guys are interested, I am thinking about start doing some speed builds, for just doing some straight builds and just showing various techniques and maybe painting techniques on how to make these things look 10 times better than just being standard straight build with stickers. So definitely look forward to those kinds of videos in the near future, and I will see you guys in the next episode.